Welcome back. We're going to talk about some really, really exciting news with Ripple, XRP, matic, Bitcoin, just many, many things. Oh, also, too, we're going to talk about a couple regulatory things that just happened. These are important because this is going to let us know what we can expect to happen with crypto. We also have some ETF updated news we're going to talk about. It's not bad news, but it's not great news. And if you're impatient, you're not going to like it. But let's go ahead and get into it. I know I'm a little bit late this morning. It is spring break, or excuse me, summer break. So, a girl's got to hang out with her baby. All right, let's go ahead and get into it and get into our first story over here. This is massive. Ondo, BlackRock, Ondo, XRP, Ripple. We're bringing tokenized real-world assets to XRPL. XRPL is XRP Ledger, which runs the Ripple ecosystem. Okay, and XRP does play a pivotal role in that. Ondo Finance's flagship short-term U.S. Treasuries fund, OUSG, is now live on XRPL with seamless minting, redemptions via Ripple stablecoin RLUSD. This dropped today. And the reason why this is so important, because this really just reaffirms how institutions are going to move in the future, how important it is for RWAs. RWAs are the future. It is what it is. Like there's no everything, not everything, but many things will be tokenized. The reason why they're going to tokenize these things is because it's more transparent. It's easier to access. It's cost efficient. And they're going to use projects like Chainlink to essentially back all of this up. So there's that going on for us. Let me go ahead and read you guys some of the information over here, okay? So Ondo backs OUSG using BlackRock's tokenized fund, BIDL. So if you're not paying attention to what BlackRock's tokenized fund, BIDL, is, you need to. OUSG is one of the largest tokenized treasury products, and they're valued at $692 million. OUSG is now available for minting and redeeming on the XRPL using RLUSD, which allows you, 24/7 institutional access to tokenized short-term U.S. Treasury yields. Ripple and Ondo both added liquidity to support active trading on XRPL. So we had that story that broke. So this is... And I know a lot of you guys like Ondo. I kind of missed that train, but Ondo is a great project. It's a really, really great project. And on this channel, I've been telling you, focus on RWA, AFI, AI, and DeFi. Why? Well, because that's what we're seeing a lot of big money talk about. Now, this next story over here is about Ripple as well. It's important. And this is going to be from Cointelegraph. NASDAQ-listed Vivo Power partners with Flare to deploy $100 million in XRP for institutional yield. So NASDAQ listed Vivo Power, and they're building an XRP focused treasury. I made a treasury for all of you, a treasury video for all of you. It was a YouTube short. I recommend you go back and watch it. I recommend you really understand what a treasury is. The reason why we want to know what a U.S. treasury is because if companies are adding any crypto asset to their treasury, that means they believe in these companies or they believe in these crypto projects long term. And the fact that Vivo Power is a NASDAQ listed company, they are a public company, they have shareholders, they have obligations, they would not want to purchase $100 million for XRP for institutional yield if they did not anticipate that to do well in the future. If you don't know, Vivo Power is an international battery tech electronic vehicle services company. Again, another tech company. Tech stocks are doing primarily well in the market. And the latest, the plan is to deploy the $100 million XRP via the Flare blockchain to generate yield. XRP will be used through Flare's F-Assets system, enabling DeFi interactions for non-smart contract tokens. Yield will be generated using Flare native protocols like Firefly and reinvested into more XRP. So for everybody that's part of the XRP army or people that want to get a part of the XRP army, or maybe just people that are just learning about crypto or want to know more about treasuries, want to know what good fundamental analysis looks like, this sounds like it to me. You don't have to be the biggest XRP fan. You don't even have to like it at all, but just to kind of see what they're doing. And the fact that a NASDAQ listed company adopted them on their treasury, that's pretty big. This is positive fundamental analysis. These are things that I would look for investing long term in something. And in addition to that, we had Mr. Brad Garlinghouse, the CEO of Ripple, come out. We're going to go ahead and play this little clip. This is from First Ledger. They do kind of the meme coin things on XRPL. And again, this is not an endorsement for them, nor for XRP. To trade these meme coins. I just thought it was funny. Let's hear what he has to say over here, because why not? Why not?
I've never purchased a meme coin.
Okay.
Ever.
Maybe today's the day.
Monica, do you
if I did buy one, I'd buy the all the money XRP meme coin.
There you go.
Wow.
Well, now you have to. Okay, you have a homework assignment.
So he says, Brad Garlinghouse says he doesn't own any meme coins. Smart man. But he would buy something on XRPL, which makes sense. So I just thought it was really cool to see the, a little bit not as serious side as him, because they've been fighting for their lives the last not too long ago. But let's go ahead and take a little break, and we're going to go ahead and look at the current market. So this is the daily over here. Make sure you guys smash a like and please share this. It helps support me and it helps support the channel. And plus, I like all of you. So shout out to my TikTok babes, my Rumble babes, Twitch babes, and of course, the O Army on YouTube. Shout out to all the channel members, to Mr. R, Mr. D, John Legend, Sparkwater, John Germain, Timp, Eric, who else? But yeah. All right, let's go ahead. XRP to double digits is here. I hope. I mean, I don't see like $5.89. Yes, I would love to see it hit $10. I think that might potentially be possible. Potentially. Like if we get a really crazy altcoin season, yes, I do think it's possible. Just because of all the money that's starting to flood in from treasuries and, that type of money. So taking a look at the current market, things are up. We're looking great. We're looking fantastic. Now let's go ahead and just do a quick market scan just to see what's going on. Bitcoin looks like it's kind of gearing up to flip above. To retest and flip above $111,000. Now, why am I saying that when numbers going down? Well, we're cooling off. We're cooling off a little bit. Anytime you see anything go parabolic, like if you look over here, the 6th, 7th, 8th, and 9th, so 1, 2, 3, 4 days, we had a really, really nice pop. We popped about 101 to almost $10,000. And of course, we're going to have a correction. Similarly over here, May 20th to May 22nd, 1, 2, 3, we popped from 104 to 112,000. And then we had a little bit of a drop in consolidation. That's good. We want to see that. So if Bitcoin does continue to drop, I would say about 106,000. My main area for us to sustain in is going to be 111 to about 102. Taking a look at Ethereum, Ethereum is doing incredibly well. The fact that we closed above key resistance, now it's a support, at 2,700, retesting 2,800, we're on our way up. This is looking great. We'll see what happens today where we close. But again, we also have another important area of consolidation area over here between like about February to beginning of February to end of February. Yes, I know it's not perfect, but we had a lot of price action between 2,500 and about 2,800. So really, once we clear this here, then we got about 3,000, and then hopefully we can hit all-time high. Solana is looking great too. Ethereum does look a little bit stronger. And I was in a Forbes article yesterday talking about Ethereum price action. One of the reasons why I think Ethereum is starting to get some nice upward action is number one, staking is not a security. About 28% of Ethereum is currently being staked right now. 28% of the entire Ethereum supply is currently being staked right now, which is showcasing a renewed interest in Ethereum. And then on top of it, DeFi is going to be, they're saying that DeFi is going to be exempt from regulatory barriers. Ethereum pioneers in DeFi. So these are all bullish fundamentals for Ethereum to thrive. Solana, no shame at Solana too. We love Solana. But it's not looking as strong, and that's okay. SUI is doing okay. We're above $3.31. XRP consolidating nicely between 222 and 240. I'm not mad at that at all. Not at all. Chainlink over here is above 1474. That's fine with me. And I believe we have another Chainlink story. I'll have to see. ADA started pumping up to about 73 cents and now is trading at about 71 cents. ADA does look weaker than some of the other stuff, but that's okay. And HBAR also is looking to show a little bit of weakness here as we're dropping between 17 to about 16 cents. So that's what's going on with the crypto market. So let's get back into the news. Now, this story over here from Michael Saylor, again, he is absolutely out of his mind, but good for him. He says the bear market is not coming back, and Bitcoin is not going to zero; it's going to $1 million. One of the things I want to say is I do believe that Bitcoin will go. Everything goes in a bear market. I'll talk about algo when we have when we got the news. when we've got the news. I don't have any mainstream news on that. If you have some, please send it. But again, I think what's happening with Michael Saylor is, he's a little bit in over his head with all that collateralized stuff, which great, fine, fantastic, good for him. But we will definitely have a crypto bear market. Stock markets get bear markets. Like it is what it is. There's no just going to the moon. I think we'll definitely have a bear market before we hit $1 million. Are we in a super cycle? I do believe that, but I also do think we will we'll go back into a bear market. Now, this story over here, Connecticut flips state Bitcoin reserve trend and bans all government crypto investments. So basically what this is over here, it's not terrible, but it's not great. So they passed a law banning all state and local governments from buying, holding, or investing in digital assets. Governments cannot accept crypto as payment for taxes or other dues. Law mandates bold fraud warnings for crypto businesses and disclosure of all material risk, and requires age verification for users under 18 and stricter consumer protections. So it looks like Connecticut is a least friendly crypto state. The reason why this sucks is because we're going to see a lot of other states pass state reserves, and I think that Connecticut is kind of just missing the the boat over here. I do. Now, this story over here. BlackRock's reported SEC asked prospective spot Solana ETF issuers to amend S1s within the next week. One source estimated these updates could put Solana ETFs on track for approval within 3 to 5 weeks. Said SEC also appears to be inclined to staking. This is bullish. This is good. Now, there's been a little drama and debacle happening over here with the ETFs because... Let me go right over here. This kind of makes me mad over here. U.S. SEC delays decision on Polkadot and Hedera ETFs. So the SEC delayed its decision to approve or reject Grayscale's Polkadot ETF and Canary Capital's Hedera ETF. These are going to be the spot ETFs. Now, we kind of knew this was happening because the deadline was today for them to approve or postpone. They're getting postponed. And there's a little bit of drama within the whole ETF space right now because a lot of people, and again, XRP's got an ETF they're waiting to launch too. But a lot of people are like, we need to approve what comes in first, and not what we want. And so that's a little bit of a drama going on. So it's going to be kind of a race to see what gets approved and what doesn't. So it doesn't really say too much what was in the SEC filing. And plus, I hate reading those things. But basically, all the SEC is doing, the SEC is working close with these issuers. And they're like, hey, you need to change this, do that, do that, do that, which is so much better than what they were doing in the past. Because in the past, they weren't doing anything. They were just like, meh, meh, meh. So this kind of sucks. But at the same time, we're going to get a bit of a season, in my personal opinion. Now, kind of back to Solana really quick. Moody's rating brings credit rating to Solana in real-world asset tokenization trial. Solana's growing presence in RWAs gets a boost as Moody's tests on-chain credit ratings for municipal bonds. Again, Solana has RWAs. We just talked about a story between Ripple and Ondo regarding RWAs. HBAR has AI RWAs and DeFi. So there's that. Now, we do have another story from our partners over at Hedera Foundation. And again, now that we're on the topic of AI, is they're introducing a new AI solution with Accenture and Equity Lab that will help governments and public sector organizations manage AI-driven decisions with transparency, audibility, and via Trust, the Hedera network. And again, this is really, really cool to see. We talk about AI, we talk about DeFi, and we talk about RWAs, and Hedera essentially has all of those. Now, over here, this is more of the story. Hedera went and they put out a blog, which is very, very helpful for those of you that want to go back and read it. Great. Now, kind of the little highlights over here is the goal is to make AI in government more transparent and trustworthy, and they're using Hedera for tamper-proof AI records. And Equity Lab tech tracks and verifies AI decisions, and Accenture will help with government and real use systems, and all this will help to ensure AI is fair, secure, and accountable. And again, my issue with AI, well, I've got a lot of issues with AI, but really kind of depending on who's coding it or creating the code, there is bias. So it's good that they're focusing on that. And now we actually finally have a big update from matic Polygon. So Sandeep stepped up. He says, as the largest holder of Pol, and someone who has dedicated a life to development, I'm going to be the new CEO of Polygon Foundation. Again, like Hedera has Hedera Foundation, and Polygon has Polygon Foundation, Ethereum has Ethereum Foundation. So basically, they're shifting from Polygon POS and ag layer only. The Polygon ZK EVM will be shut down, but a new ZK research unit is launching. I don't know if that's a good move or bad move yet, but they're the experts, not me. The POS upgrade is live on testnet, targeting 1,000 plus TPS in July. And the goal is to hit 5,000 plus TPS by fall and 100,000 plus TPS long term. And again, I am a matic Polygon holder, and just for disclosure. So AgLayer V0.3 launches week of June 30th, and more project spinoffs and poll airdrops are coming. I hope I get some of that. And also, too, if you guys didn't know, the SEC dropped its matic investigation, and market makers are returning to support poll liquidity, and matic and poll upgrade awareness campaign is planned. AgLayer brand to be merged under Polygon name. Cool. That makes it a lot easier because they've got too many of these names and all this stuff going on. So I like it. I like it. I like it. I like it. And while we're kind of on the topic of AI just a little bit, and I've got some stellar news for you guys too. NASDAQ listed fitness company plans to raise $500 million for FET crypto treasury. That's crazy. I did not think that we would be seeing so many companies, that we would not be seeing so many companies put crypto assets on their treasury. And this is a pretty big one. And again, this is another NASDAQ listed company. This is a public company. They have shareholders. They have certain standards they need to work with. They need to meet. And the fact that they're adding a crypto project to raise they want to raise 500 million for FET crypto treasury. That's awesome. And the company is Interactive Strength. And they want to be based on Fetch AI's native token. And the company already received 55 million worth of initial investments from DWF Labs and ATW Partners. Wow. Wow. The company said it began acquiring FET tokens using initial 55 million investment, and they want to add more. So now we've got XRP, we've got Solana, we've got Ethereum, and we have FET. Massive. Today's a really big news day. Also, some more Stellar updates. XLM. Stellar posted, we're excited to share PayPal is bringing stablecoin PYUSD to Stellar. We need infrastructure that works beyond hype, blah, 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 blah. And this is big because PayPal is big. I love it. So basically, PYUSD on PayPal stablecoin on Stellar is expected to improve settlement speed, cost transparency, and liquidity. Love to see it. Absolutely love to see it. Also, too, since we're talking about stablecoins, Sam Altman's World Chain adds native USDC stablecoin and Circle's cross-chain service. I do not like him. I do not like this, but stablecoins are moving forward. Also today, with the Genius Act, they're going to be voting today. So once I have an update, I will post it for you. So stick around. I'll probably post it right when I get it. I'll make a short right when I get it for you guys. Also, too, the Clarity Act passed out of the Financial Committee on a 32-19 vote. 32-19 vote. Let's go ahead and read this, listen to this this little clippy clip here, because I think it's going to be important. Let's see.
Brian Stile, French Hill, live from the House Financial Services Committee, where today we had a bipartisan vote to report the Clarity Act out of our House Committee and onto the House floor for consideration. This is the second bill that Brian has so ably led, first stablecoins and now our market structure bill.
Big step forward, House Financial Services under the leadership of French Hill. Great to see French's Clarity Act pass the House here, the Financial Services Committee in a bipartisan way, mirroring the bipartisan support we saw in the Ag Committee. At the end of the day, this is all about getting this across the House floor and signed into law to be transformative to move us forward in Web3.
This is just an opportunity, as Brian says, to see America lead in the future of Web3 on the internet, including financial services using tokenized payments and having rules of the road where if you're an innovator, a consumer, an investor, you know what the rules of the road are and how to invest in America.
So I think that's awesome, primarily because we need rules. Well, we don't really need rules because we're crypto, we're permissionless. But at the same time, if we want to build and operate in the Web 2 economy, we need to kind of know what's going on. So it is not approved yet, but it will be, it's actually going to head. So it passed out of the Agricultural and Financial Committee, and it's going to go to the floor for a full House vote. And basically all it is they want a legal status of digital assets when they're securities and commodities, and just regulatory clarity for crypto firms, investors, and would clarify roles of SEC and CFTC in overseeing crypto. And they want to reduce uncertainty and promote responsible innovation. And that's really all we kind of wanted, honestly. Also, too, allegedly, the Trump and China, or USA and China deal is done. Both countries reached framework to restore trade truce after talks in London. Deal follows the Geneva Agreement to cut tariffs by 115% with a 90-day window to resolve issues. And the focus was in talks in London on rare earth exports from China and U.S. tech export control. U.S. may lift chip export restrictions if China speeds up rare earth shipments. So basically, we're waiting for like a real official announcement. But at the same time, this is good that it's starting to, come to an end soon. Really, really, really good. Because it's just causing a lot of issues in the market. And hopefully it gets done with. We get the Genius Act approved, which I'm not a fan of, but it's going to happen anyways. We get everything approved, and we get a full-blown altcoin season this summer, DeFi style. Anyways, you guys, I'm going to get going. I'm going to go ahead and start work on got to scan the news again, work on a content piece for you guys to drop at 2 p.m. PT, maybe earlier.